everyone, so today we're going to take a look at rhythm study number 1 and in our grade 2 handbook. So if you want to open up there to page 11 in your handbook, we're going to get started. So the first thing we're going to do is just take a look at the chord shapes in rhythm study number 1. If you're not too sure of these chord shapes, you can look at the chord diagram at the start of your book, but we're just going to quickly go through them. So starting off, the first chord is G major 7. So you put your, this is your fretting hand, so second finger on the 6th string, 3rd fret. Then your first finger goes all the way down to string number 1 on the 2nd fret. So a little bit of a stretch, and you strum all 6 strings. But string number 5 is muted, and that's absolutely fine. The next chord is A minor 7. So A minor 7 is a little bit like the A minor chord that you already know, except you just take away your 3rd finger. So that means that your index finger is on the 2nd string, 1st fret, and your 2nd finger is on the 4th string, 2nd fret. And just like the ordinary A minor chord, you're strumming 5 strings. Keeping those 2 fingers on the fretboard, if we're going from A minor to C, all we need to do is pop our 3rd finger to the 5th string, 3rd fret, and we're strumming all 5 strings. The next chord, or rather the last chord on the first line, is our D major chord, and you probably are familiar with it, but I'll go through it anyway. So first finger on string number 3, 2nd fret. 2nd finger goes down to string number 1, 2nd fret. And your 3rd finger goes on to string number 2, 3rd fret. And you're strumming 4 strings. So those are the first 4 chords on rhythm study number 1. Looking at line number 2, we have A minor 7, which we've already looked at. E minor 7, really easy chord. You just put your 2nd finger on the 5th string, 2nd fret, so it's just like a 1 finger chord, and you strum all 6 strings. C major 7 on the 2nd line. It's a bit like playing a C chord, except you take your 1st finger away. So it means that your 2nd finger is on string number 4, 2nd fret, and your 3rd finger is on string number 5, 3rd fret, and you're strumming just 5 strings. D7 or D dominant 7 as we know it, you put your 1st finger on string number 2, 1st fret, 2nd finger, string number 3, 2nd fret, and your 3rd finger, string number 1 on the 2nd fret. And you're just strumming all 4 strings. So take some time just to get familiar with these chord shapes and become comfortable with them. Maybe as a little exercise, just to get used to changing from one chord to the next. You may wish to play this rhythm study by simply doing 4 down strums per bar. That means you're doing 1 strum per beat, because we're in 4/4 and there are 4 beats. So let's do that together now. So I'm going to play this starting off in G major 7, and so you want to just grab the first chord and we'll do this together. Okay, so here we go. After 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. A minor 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now C. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now D. 1, 2, 3, 4. A minor 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. E minor 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. C major 7. 1, 2, 3, strum of G major 7. So you maybe find it difficult to keep up with me, and that's fine. Don't worry about that. If you're just getting used to these chords, that's completely normal. You might just want to pause the video and just practice like doing it at your own pace that you feel comfortable with. So guys, now that we've gone through the chord shapes and we've had a go at just going between the chords and just doing down strums, we're now going to take a look at the strum pattern itself. And we're going to take a look, and we're going to practice the strum pattern by using our G major 7 chord. As I had mentioned, the time signature is in 4/4, and what that means is that we've got 4 beats that we need to use, and we're just going to discover how we use up these 4 beats. So our first strum is a crotchet strum, and what that means is a crotchet strum lasts a full beat. So our first strum is taking up all of beat 1, and we're going to use it. I'm going to use a downward strum for that, so it's going to sound like this: 1, just a downward strum. Okay, fairly straightforward. And with beat 2, we're squeezing 3 strums into beat 2, and I'll explain to you what I mean by that. The first strum is what we refer to as a quaver strum, and it lasts half a beat. And then we've got 2 more strums that last a quarter of a beat each. They're called semi-quavers. So if we think about it in terms of fractions, we have a whole beat that's divided into a quaver strum lasting half a beat, and then followed by 2 semi-quavers that last a quarter of a beat each. And if I was to clap this out first, it sounds like this: 2 and 2 and. You might just want to pause the video or rewind the video and practice clapping that with me. Let's do it one more time: 2 and. So I'm now going to practice this again on my G major 7 chord, and to do this, it starts off, beat 2 starts with 2 downward strums and then an upward strum at the end. So it sounds like this: 2 and 2 and. So that's beat number 2, and again you might want to just pause the video or rewind it a few times to practice that, but I'll do it for you one more time: 2 and. So if I was to put the first 2 beats together, it goes 1, 2 and a, 1, 2 and a, and I'll put that together for you: 1, 2 and a, 1, 2 and a. So maybe just pause the video and practice doing those first couple of beats, but I'll do it for you one more time: 1, 2 and a. Okay, the next 2 strums are taken up beat 3. They're taking up beat 3 basically, and we have 2 strums that we're squeezing into beat 3, and these are 2 quavers. So we've got 2 strums that last half a beat each, and we play them like this: 1 downward strum, 1 upward strum, and we use the words 3 and to count it. So it goes like this: 3 and 3 and. So practice that. Now we're going to try and see if we can put these first 3 beats together. So it goes like this: 1, 2 and a 3 and. 1, 2 and a 3 and. We've got one more beat to take care of, and that's beat number 4. And beat number 4 is being taken up by using another crotchet strum. So this is a strum that lasts all of beat 4, and we do it by just doing a downward strum and counting out number 4. So it goes like this: 4. So putting this whole thing together, I'll do it slowly for you: 1, 2 and a 3 and 4. And one more time: 1, 2 and a 3 and 4. And again, you might just want to rewind the video a few times and try to play along with that as I'm playing it nice and slowly. So this strum pattern applies to the whole rhythm study. So I'm now going to play this rhythm study using this strum pattern, just so you know what it sounds like. Okay, so after 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. played that rhythm study maybe a little slower than you would if you're doing the exam, but I just want to play it slowly just until we get used to it. I'm now going to play it maybe at full speed. It says there above the rhythm study, it says to play it at a moderate tempo. So I was playing it maybe quite slow. So I'm just going to speed it up now, and you can maybe have a go at playing or just listen to it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we're now just going to chat about the dynamics of rhythm study number 1. So we obviously have to play different parts of the rhythm study at a different volume. Some of the parts we play loudly, some parts we play softly. So the first 4 bars, or really the first line, you can see there is played loudly. That's noted by that little F at the start of line 1. So we want to play loudly and confidently. And also, what would work really well is if you bring your pick back towards the back of the sound hole, you're going to get a thinner tone that will complement you playing louder. So play it something like this. Then as we move on to line number 2, you'll see there's a small P just below the A minor 7 chord, and that's telling us that from this point on we need to play softly. So we will strum much gentler on the strings, and what will also really help is if we move our pick forward towards the front of the sound hole, because that will give a sort of softer tone, a more mellow tone to the guitar, which will really complement us playing softer. So here we're going to play A minor 7, E minor 7, and C major 7 softly. When you come to D7, you'll see below D7 there are 2 lines that seem to almost grow apart. This is called a crescendo, and what this means is that we want this bar to gradually become louder. So if I just change my D7, I'm going to start off soft, then gradually get louder. So hopefully you heard me playing soft at the start, and as I progress through the strum pattern, getting slightly louder. So I'm going to play this, and I'm going to add in these dynamics, okay? Hopefully you can hear the difference in volume. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that lesson. Again, just start off getting familiar with the chord shapes, then work on just changing between each chord shape with down strums, then get used to playing the strum pattern slowly, and then speed that up, and then when you get really good at that, you can add in your dynamics. And I'm sure I'll see you in class.